Hey guys, thank you for choosing me to practice yoga with. This class is for back pain, so anyone that has a tender low back, mid back, upper back, this practice will be perfect for you. So we're moving nice and slow, being really mindful of any aches or pains that you currently have at the moment. And I know that yoga really works for your back so well because it's actually the reason why I started yoga about 13, 14 years ago was because I had back pain. And of course, it did wonders for me. So you won't need any props for this practice, just simply yourself and your yoga mat. And those of you who would like new yoga clothes, I am wearing Indigo Luna, which is an ethical and sustainable Australian brand. So I will put a discount code in the comments below. And if you like this video and you want to share this video with your friends and family, then I would be so grateful. So have a beautiful practice and a beautiful day. So we'll start the practice in child's pose. Now, if you'd like to, you can bring a bolster or a couple pillows underneath your sit bones so that there's more space between the sit bones and heels, especially if you need less flexion at the knee. If you need any cushion underneath the knee, then you can always take a blanket or you can roll up your mat. I'm going to bring my knees out a little wider and release the tops of the feet down and work my sit bones towards the heels. And then start to walk the arms forwards, and lower the forehead all the way down to the mat. Now, it might not make the mat if your shoulders are a little tight or your hips are pretty tight. You might have more of an elevated chest. That's okay, as long as you're finding length from the fingertips all the way to the hips. So you're finding lots of length through the spine. So wherever you are, take a big breath in. And breathe into the low back, breathe into the mid back, upper back. Just start to send and expand the breath out. And then with the exhale, gentle awareness of the navel drawing in towards the spine. So just awareness of the low belly. And then again, breathing in, expanding, sending the breath to all corners, all parts of your back. Breathing up the spine. And then long exhale. Now, if it feels really good to stay here, then please stay. Otherwise, walk the hands over towards the right. And I'm just keeping my head off the mat, just so that the mic doesn't get muffled. Press down into the left hand and move the left hip back. So you're starting to stretch out now through the left side of the body. And just be really mindful if you have a lot of pain right now in your back, then always just bring the hands a little closer in, just take less of a degree of the stretch. Slow inhale. Long exhale. And then walking the hands back in. Just take your time to switch sides. So walking the hands over towards the left. So even if the hips are elevated, that's okay. Just imagine like you want to move that right sit bone back. And allow the head to get a little lower. Maybe for the forearms to come down. Maybe the elbows down. Slow breath in. So breathe into that now right side of the body, finding length from the fingertips all the way to the sit bones. And long breath out. Walking the hands back into the center and just take your time to come out. So walk the hands in towards the knees. Bring the knees in towards one another and just go nice and slow. Press into the shins to move the hips away from the heels, and then slowly walk the hands forwards to a tabletop. Just gently rocking the hips from side to side. And keep that awareness of the navel drawing in towards the spine. It can just be really subtle. It doesn't need to be a strong pulling in, just subtle. And as you rock from side to side, you might pause on one side a little longer. So let's say we'll move the left shoulder forwards and move the left hip back. So find again lots of length through that left side. And then switch it, bring the right shoulder forwards and move the right hip back. And then back to center. Now, depending on how your back is feeling, be really mindful with the movement here. We'll take cat and cow, but you might want to do just less of a degree of the opening and the arching and rounding. So we'll take an inhale, lift the heart up, start to send the gaze up, arch the spine and send the sit bones back. Imagine like you're pulling your hands towards your knees. And as you exhale, chin to chest, press the floor away and round the spine. Just go really slow. And then again, breathing in, opening up, keep grounding into the hands as the heart pulls through. Exhale, pressing the floor away, gently, gently rounding. Last one, breathing in. And slow breath out. So we don't want anything to feel really uncomfortable. If it does, just do a little bit less. So find neutral with the spine now. Tuck the toes under. Now either you can walk the hands a hand's distance forwards and bring the sit bones back to child's pose, just like you did earlier. Or we'll pick the knees off the mat. Keeping the knees bent, we'll press the chest back towards the spine. Sorry, press the chest back to the thighs, not the spine. But we do want to think about the spine here staying nice and long. So pressing down into the knuckles, spreading the fingers. So you've got a really stable base to press down to lift the hips a little higher. So we're not going to be here for too long. So big inhale. Long exhale. So we're going to transition to the top of the mat. It might be that you'll walk your hands in towards the middle and then you'll walk your feet towards the hands, bending the knees, or you might walk all the way to the top. So just moving nice and slow. Bending your knees as much as you need to protect your low back. And we'll gently fold in. Taking opposite elbows and allow the head to be heavy and really send the breath to the low back ribs. So big inhale. Feel that sense of expanding, almost like you want to spread the mat wide with the feet at the same time as you breathe into the low back. And then long exhale, pressing down into the big toes, gentle scooping up through the low belly. One more breath in. Long breath out. Releasing the arms. We'll bend the knees, bring the weight back to the heels. Just go nice and slow to roll yourself up. So we're articulating the spine. Pressing into the feet, slow, slow. And bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Take a big breath in. And long breath out. Sweep the arms up overhead. Inhale. Lower the right arm down and lean to the right. Really pressing down into the left foot. So again, find that long line of energy now. From the left fingertips all the way to the left heel. And then back to center. Breathe in. Sweep the right arm up. Left arm lowers down, lean to the left on the exhale. Finding more length through the right. And left arm up, breathe in. Bend the knees, forward fold on, breath out. So Just gently, gently coming back down. If it's too much for the hands onto the mat, you can always keep the hands to the shins or hands on blocks or any other prop in front of you. We'll gently step the right foot back and drop the right knee down. So just adjust the left foot, bring it a little bit more forwards so the left knee is in line with the heel. Bring the right hand down onto the mat or to a block or a prop for a little bit more height, and send the left arm up. Now big inhale into the chest, find more length through the spine, and then exhale to twist. So twist can be really nice for the upper back as well as the low back and the mid back, the back in general. And we'll work a side body opening here. So start to reach the left fingertips forwards. Keep pressing down into the left foot and imagine like you want to pull the left hip back. Keep spinning the chest up towards the left. And take another breath in. And then slowly left hand down to the mat. Pick the right knee off the mat and step the right foot forwards. And then step the left foot back. Drop the left knee down. Keep the left hand down onto the mat, send the right arm up. And big breath in. Keep turning the rib cage towards the right. And then bringing that right arm overhead on the breath out. So the right fingertips are reaching forwards, but the right hip is moving back. And then I'll breathe into the right rib cage as you turn that chest even more towards the right. One more breath in. Gently release the hands down on the breath out. Pick the left knee off the mat. Step the left foot forwards. Now this time, bend the knees. We're going to bring the big toes to touch. Just for a moment, we're going to squat down. Bring the knees wide, so really nice and wide. Walk the hands forwards, and then breathing into the low back. So this is a really nice low back release. You can think about working the heels down as you reach the hands forwards. And it might be nice to stay here in stillness or gently rocking from side to side, bringing more weight into one hand and then the other. So we're not going to be here for too long, so if you can feel that your hips are really tight here, then don't worry. We'll just take another breath in. Long breath out. Another breath in. Slow breath out. And then walking the hands back in, we're going to come down onto the bum. So hands come behind you, lower the bum down, plant the feet down. So slide the feet a little closer or more forwards. So slide the feet more forwards and press down into the feet. Bring the hands to the shins and take a big breath in like you're doing cat and cow here. Lift the chest, look up. And then exhale, chin to chest, round, slow curl. 2 more like that. Breathing in. Round, long breath out. Last one, inhale. Chin to chest, round, long, exhale. So we're going to transition from here onto our back. So send the arms forwards. Just take your time. You can always use the hands as support if you need. Slowly rolling onto the low back, mid back, upper back, and hug the knees into the chest. Gentle rocks from side to side. And it might be nice for you to just stay here, keep drawing the knees in, gently rocking from one side to the other. Or you can take pigeon pose, so crossing the right ankle on top of the left thigh. It might be that you plant the left foot down, and this will be enough of a hip opener for you to So stay and hold here. Or if you want a little bit more, you can pick that left foot off the mat and interlace the fingers around the hamstring or the shin. So I don't mind where you are, as long as you keep the right foot active and you track that right knee forwards. Keep the heart open. So if you notice this, that your chin is drawing in and you're picking your shoulders off the mat, then just start to release that left foot down. So you have a little bit more space so that the spine can stay nice and long. So big breath in wherever you are. Long breath out. One more, inhale. Slow exhale. And gently switching sides, release the right foot down. Take the left ankle and bring it across. Again, either staying here, tracking the left knee forwards, or picking the left foot off the mat and interlacing the fingers around the hamstring or the shin. So keeping the spine nice and long, so think tailbone towards the front of the mat, crown of the head towards the back of the mat. Two more deep breaths. Inhale into the belly, side ribs, front of heart. Long exhale all the way to empty. One more breath in. Long breath out. And then releasing the left ankle, drawing the knees into the chest, little rocks from side to side. Arms open wide and lower the knees down towards the right. And we'll take a twist here. So if you need to, you can always bring a pillow underneath the right knee for a little bit more support, or a couple pillows. But see if you can keep that left shoulder down. And take a breath in. And maybe get that little bit deeper in the twist on the breath out, sending the gaze over the left shoulder so you can take the twist all the way up the spine. Three deep breaths. And bringing the knees back to center on the inhale. Hips slightly over towards the right, knees down to the left as you exhale. Keeping that right shoulder heavy. So again, using any props if you need underneath the left knee. Big inhale in. And slow exhale again, maybe deepening the twist by sending the gaze over the right shoulder. So see if you can go all the way to the top of the inhale and all the way to the bottom of the exhale, all the way to empty with the breath. And last breath in. Long breath out. And bringing the knees back to center. Little rocks from side to side once again. And then bending, and then planting the feet down to the mat. Now here, either you can heel toe the feet wide and let the knees knock in, and this can be your Shavasana, especially if you can feel that the low back's really tender, or extending the legs out wide. Arms open wide. And just allowing the body to be heavy. Any effort that you put in, just releasing and letting go. And breathing into the belly. And at the same time, see if you can still breathe into the low back. And long exhale. And one more breath in. Maybe out the mouth, let it go. You can stay here for as long as you need, yogis. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.